This is On Tilt Trading. Let's review my trade on LITECOIN today. Let's put my charts into perspective. This is the candlestick area. This is a volume profile. This is slow stochastic. And this is the MACD. These purple lines that you see here, these are Camarilla pivot points. My trading system is based off of them. This is S4. So this particular trade idea is an S4 to an S6 traverse. So when I get a currency pair that sells off below S4, it's a trade signal for me to go short. And we can see here LITECOIN is trading in this range between S3 and S4 from here to here. So quite a long time trading within this range. We get this breakout here with this large wick, and this blue line that you're seeing here, this is the 200 EMA. This also the 200. This is also the 200 EMA here, and anything else that correlates on these two charts. This is the 15-minute. This is the daily. I trade off the 15-minute, and I get my levels off the daily. So what we have here, this candle here is the open of the U.S. market. We get a large wick testing this 200 EMA. It fails and falls back into, or sells off back into the range of S3 and S4. And this right here, what you're seeing, this is a Fibonacci retracement. I use Fibonacci retracements to get entries on pullbacks. Also, we'll see here, down here on the daily, this being the 200 EMA here. Today, we have LITECOIN trading below this 200 EMA. So I only want to trade this short. Also, we can see here we've got this isolated pivot high. These three candles here, this being this middle candle here being the pivot high. That's a mess. With this candle here being the pivot high, but these three candles together form an isolated pivot. So when I typically see an isolated pivot, or when anyone sees an isolated pivot, typically it will be a change in direction. So this is also another indicator that this may be a short. Also, we can see the sellers have been in control for some time, and then here they have momentum. The MACD is well below the average, so there's some gap there, so this looks short. And then we're in an over sold position with the slow K, this green line being below the slow D, which is the white line. So this could be oversold conditions where we can get a reversal, or we could potentially continue being oversold and continue to sell. So with this slow K being below the slow D, I believe, or at least for me, not even believing, this is what my signal, my indicator is saying. These two indicators I use, this slow K and this MACD, I use them to get confirmation. When they're both doing the same thing, when they're both telling me the same thing, then I follow that information. If there's divergence between them, then I just wait until I get confirmation one way or the other. But that's what we have here on the daily, which gives me a short bias here. So we'll come in and take a look at the entry. So here, I'll remove. So here we get a sell-off, and we sell below S4. So anything that sells below S4 in my system is a signal to go short. So once it does this, I'm looking for an entry, and that's when I pull up my Fibonacci retracement and set the high, and then set where we actually broke out, and then this gives me my pullback level, and we can see I entered in around the 0.618 level here. So I take this entry here, and I notice that LITECOIN is holding this level. It's not selling off, but it's not breaking my stop. So to me, it tells me there's a seller up here putting pressure on the currency pair. So when I see this, I get aggressive, and I take 2 more positions. Not as aggressive as I was on some of the other currency pairs today. And we can see here it holds this level and consolidates here for a while, and then we actually get a sell-off back through, and we get this breakout here in this candle from S4, and we can see here at the entry we've got a little seller momentum. We also have oversold conditions here, and we have the MACD below the average. So these are good signs for weakness. So I took the entries here, or I took the entry here and added here, and we'll zoom out. And we can see here sold off well below S4. We're putting in a reversal pattern here, this type of booty pattern, or like an elf shoe or something like that. When you see these, it's typically either a reversal or a pullback that fails as a reversal. So right here, what I'm seeing is we're below the 200 on the 15, so that shows me that the currency pair is weak on the 15, as well as I mentioned down here on the daily. We're below S4, so we're in short territory. And then we have here currently we've got the slow K above the slow D, but the slow K is sloping downward, so we could be in for a cross and another leg lower. Also here we have the MACD just above the average, and it seems to be flattening out, so it could cross over as well. Typically the slow stochastic is a leading indicator compared to the MACD. We can see sellers have momentum for quite some time. Momentum slacked off. Buyers got momentum for this pullback or reversal. Right now it's looking more like a pullback with this particular candle here. So we could get a crossover, and we could get a crossover and move into another leg down is what I'm seeing potentially, but we'll have to keep an eye on it, or even if we don't keep an eye on it, it's going to play out how it plays out. Just for some perspective of profit target here, and both targets are the same, so we're pretty near to target. And here is S4, and this green line that you're seeing down here is S6. And we can also see here the entry, the increased volume profile. This is the these are the transactions that initiated the short that drove the price below S4 here, and then the rest we're seeing here is continuation. This is On Tilt Trading. We'll see you next time.